Buongiorno, buonasera, benvenuti amici, welcome my friends. My name is Vincenzo and welcome to my channel, Fountain Pen Therapy. Well, you know, Sailor Pen Company is known for its high-end products, right? Gold nibs, beautiful, beautiful conservative black and white, and they have the various pro gear with different colors. So, you know, those are not cheap pens, folks, but even they, I think, realize that they have to get into the starter pen game. And you know what? I think they may be giving Lamy a run for their money. Stay tuned. So we're back with the pen and with the box. This is the box that comes in. So I think it's unfortunate because it kind of right off the bat, in my view, gives it a really cheap look. From what I understand, this is not the way they package the pen in Japan. A little more elaborate in Japan with a little more bells and whistles. But this is the North America packing, and frankly, I don't like it. Maybe practical, lots of paper, lots of plastic, and it just makes everything look so cheap. But here it is, TUZU Adjust. In the back, there's some descriptions as to rotating nib features, etc. But we'll get to that in a second because it is the TUZU Adjust after all. When you open up the box, first of all, you get a pamphlet, which I believe explains the warranty, various languages, and how the whole thing works. Okay, there you have it. They also have this light green as their flagship color, if you will. Yeah, I guess, but again, doesn't smack quality, you know. Here it is. Here's the packaging. What's nice about it is you get two cartridges, big ones, and here's the pen. So there's the cap, very light, obviously. What's nice is, now this has already been inked, but no, it hasn't. Okay, good. It comes with a converter. Unlike Safari, I believe, Lamy Safari does not come with the converter. So there again, they got an advantage there in terms of, you know, price. But we'll take a look at the pen from the outside. Very, very simple. Just kind of bubbles up here a little bit, but then tapers off both ends. Finial is just, you know, plastic. Nice black matte finish on that clip. Very, very springy. Nothing elaborate about either side of the finial. You have it, very simplistic. It's a snap-on to reveal this nib. So it does have a nib which is very similar to the Lamy Safari, if you will, that sort of nib. We'll see how that nib works. Here's the section, and here's where the adjustable side of this pen happens. First of all, what you need to do is rotate this And then this thing turns around and you could adjust it as you wish. So if you want your grip to be a little more on the left, a little more on the right, or if you want it to be smack in the middle, then you adjust the nib accordingly, and then just screw back in the mechanism, if you will. So very, very practical. So you're not stuck with whatever the pen company gives you, like you are with a Lamy Safari. So you can move that as you wish. And I find that's interesting, very interesting, well thought of. So, a lot of people don't like the Lamy Safari because of that. And so they thought about, what? We're going to take what's good and remove what's bad and replace it. And that's exactly what they've done. In terms of the size of the pen, not bad. Not huge, but doable. You don't go all the way down, I don't think. That's where your fingers are supposed to be. If you go a little higher up, yeah, doable, but nothing drastic if you hold your pen a little further up. Does it post? Yes, it does. Now, this is, needless to say, a very, very light pen. So even posted, it doesn't back weight it at all. And for those of you who absolutely need to or want to post your pens, this is not going to be a problem whatsoever. So that's really it for this pen on the outside in any event. Let's do some comparisons, measurements, and the writing sample. Be right back. So here are the pens that I've chosen. I've chosen a series of starter pens, if you will, just to give you an idea of the difference. This is the Captiva, Endless Captiva Torque Filler. This is the TWSBI Eco. This is the Faber-Castell Grip, the subject pen, the Lamy, and the Faber-Castell Exo. So you can see it's in between, smaller than some and bigger than others, but it's an in-between pen, nice girth. Okay, so those are the pens capped. Okay, here are the pens uncapped but unposted. And as you could see, unposted, almost like the Safari, bigger than the Faber-Castell, just slightly a little, not even just a tip here, smaller than this other one. Significantly smaller than the Eco, and also smaller than the Captiva. What's also interesting, I think, is if I could put this side and just take a look at the nibs. Here we go. The two Faber-Castell are number 5 size nibs. Here is the Sailor. And you can see I twisted my adjustable section here a little bit proning to the left. And I'm going to test it. Whereas I would be stuck with the Lamy, I would be stuck with it in the center position. And what's nice about the Endless Captiva is that it's a number 6 size nib. But in terms of the size of the nibs, the Lamy and the Sailor, almost equivalent there, if you will. Yeah. In fact, if I push this I could say that a little bit different, but quite similar. I understand that this tipping is special, because it's meant to be even no matter how we use it, left, right, oblique, or left oblique, or right oblique, etc. But we'll take a look at it at the writing sample juncture. So there you have comparison of those nibs and of the pens uncapped. Okay, we're back with the pens posted. Here we are. Yeah, it's a great poster, but I still think that my Faber-Castell Exo is the best poster of them all, along with my Endless Captiva. The other ones make for long pens, but all of these pens are fairly light, so they, the length postage should not make a huge difference. But I still like the juiciness of these two here, nice and compact and comfortable. But there you have it, the pens posted. We'll look at some measurements and then look at a writing sample. Be right back. Okay, we're back for the writing sample. First of all, the ink. Chosen Sailor Blue Black. Beautiful ink. Just an absolutely beautiful ink. One of my favorites. In terms of a swatch, there you have the Blue Black. It's got some red sheen on this Tomor River paper. So there you have it. Very nice. And paper I'm using today is Tomor River Galen Leather Notepad. So without any further ado, let me just close up a little bit so that you can appreciate the writing. Okay, I'm curious to see. I've kind of slanted that adjustment, so we'll see what gives. I may have to readjust it, but we'll take it from there. So this is the Sailor Tuzu Adjust. Yeah, I put it this way so that it gives me a kind of a natural slant, if you will, at least in my fingers. The nib is this Tuzu Sailor steel, and it's a medium nib. I would have preferred a broad, but at the time that I purchased this black version, they did not have the broad. I may eventually get one, we'll see, or maybe just a nib if those nibs become available, which I doubt. The ink is Sailor Blue Black. Now, what I wanted to test was, they say that this nib is, no matter how you slant the pen, you'll always get the same line. Is it springy? A little bit, but you're not getting any line variation, that's for sure. Got some tooth, but nice feedback. It's a Sailor nib, okay? So even with the steel version, you see the Sailor tendency to get this little bit of feedback. It's a little more than just pencil feedback, but it's not scratchy, okay? It's not scratchy. It's just that even the medium nib, because it's Sailor, has a tendency to much, right, almost like a North American fine, okay, or a Western fine, as they say. In terms of fast writing, yeah, okay. Reverse writing, and this is where, because it's a rounded tip, you end up getting a very smooth, Western extra fine, but probably a Sailor fine. Okay, there you have it. So the nib is smooth with some feedback. Is it wet? I mean, it's very thin. So, but I would say medium, not a gusher, that's for sure. Is it constant? Yes, it is. Frankly, I would have preferred the broad. Likes, dislikes. I like the design and the build. I like the, part of the design is this adjust is nice. The nib is okay. Just personal taste, I would have preferred a broad. I'm sorry here. Let me just get down. Dislikes, value. I'll put up the price of what I paid it here in Canada. Forget what the price is. Maybe on the box, actually. No, I don't. But it's around, I would say it's around, you know what? I'm not going to guess. I'll put it up when at the same time as you see this. Likes, it's too light for me. The advantage of the Lamy, I think, it is just has a little bit of more weight to it. The same thing, I really love this little EXO from Faber-Castell. Too bad it has a number 5 size nib. I would have preferred a number 6. But this is a gorgeous starter pen. Very, very nice. And it's got just a little more weight to it. I think the same thing goes for this Endless Captiva. It's just a little too light for me. Because otherwise, it's not a bad idea, but it's just too light. The good thing about it is a number 6 nib. And we'll review this pen in due course. But back to my Sailor, I think it's a great starter pen, though. Very, very nice starter pen. Sorry about that. My fingers are all a mess. So, all in all, is it a go-to pen? 7 on 10. I don't know how often I'll use this pen. I think for fine pens, I'd probably not be my top choice. But if I got to go around and I'm concerned about, losing my pen, and I don't want to lose an expensive Omas that writes beautifully, this is the type of pen I bring with me, and I would not, it wouldn't matter if something should befall it, as they say. But having said that, there we are. Let me just sign my review. There we go. The SAILOR TUZU Adjust. Yeah. Click it. There you go. Hope that was helpful. If you guys are thinking about that pen and wondering what it's all about, I hope I gave you my own perspective and hope I gave you some information there that will assist you in making your choices. And guys, if you like it, or if you like my channel, please subscribe. 50% of you don't. You listen, but you don't. Click that button. I'm putting it on now. I've changed my mind. I'm putting subscribe with the little bell. It's there. Please click on it. Thank you very much. Grazie molto. Enjoy your day, folks. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your pens. Ciao.